Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel, Handmade by Ying with Donna and Joe. Today is July the 28th, 2025, and it's 7 o'clock p.m. on a hot, blistery Monday. I'm telling you, I don't know about your areas, but mine was up in the high 90s today. So a hot one it was. Tonight, I'm going to talk to you about the easy piecing grids by Thin Sisters and show you how I choose to do mine. I'm going way out of my comfort zone because you can do patterns with these or you can do postage stamp. You can do whatever you choose to with them. That's what I like. The sky's the limit. So what I'm opting to do is go way out of my comfort zone for the inside, and then the outside, I'm going to pop into the nice fancy little borders that you can create for yourself with the 10 Sister Grid. If you've never used them, tonight's your night to learn. If you have, thank you, because they're just awesome. They're easy to use. I'll be using a few different techniques tonight, and we'll see how it goes. I have picked up a mini ironing tool that I'll be using tonight to make it more exact so my pieces don't slide at all with me trying to press them like this. So anyway, before we get started, I'll slip into the chat to welcome those of you that are here tonight, and we'll get the party started. So let me see. Nanita, hello. Michelle's in the house. Candace is in the house. Debbie Gonzalez, dag nabbit, I thought I was going to be first in line. No, I even told Joe, wait to put up the thumbnail just a little bit today, just to see which one of you would get in. Let me see. Told Candace she's working on her Christmas blocks and loving them, I'm sure. I'm working on mine. Ultimately, great-grandson just dropped off. Awesome, you get to babysit tonight. That's grandma sitting. Day's home safely and in the house. She had a beautiful time. I just finished my Christmas blocks last night. Yes, she did, and they are beautiful. You're behind, kid. I finished mine last week. Debbie was first out of the gate that I know of. Then Day. I'm not sure the other order. But once you're done, please just type in the chat done. That way I can mark it off on my end that I know those blocks are completed. If you get them done and you can mail them, please do. If you're coming to Quilt Retreat, please bring them with you. That's okay now. I'll be working on a sew-along to get them all done this week. Yes. Let me see. Donnell's in the house. I hope you're feeling a little better and able to get a little bit of rest. Janine's in the house. Hello, baby. How are you? Let me see. Everybody give Janine a big shout out. She went out of her comfort zone and she's entered the New York State Fair competition. So she's not got one, not two, not three. She went all in with 4 different projects. So Janine, on behalf of Joe and I, we are so proud of you. And we can't wait to see how well you've done. Tonight she's doing the hanging sleeves. Oh, she did list them. She did the Lion, the Hummer, Allie's quilt coat, and Sarah Jane's interlock quilt. So if you're in the New York area and can see those quilts, stop in and just rave on Janine. I mean, she's did a fabulous job. Richard had a beautiful birthday, and Janine made him lasagna. It's his favorite. One thing I've earned. One thing I've earnestly do my best on. Yes, she loves to cook lasagna. Hold on. Yes, the envelope down there is for you and Allison and Harper, and then the rest is on the mail there. Thank you so much, buddy. All right, honey. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And you have a good evening, son. Our amazing son stopped in and did our yard work for us this evening, so we're very blessed that he was able to come in this heat and get it done. Hey, Dale, my blocks ended up this week. I saw next week's blocks have been posted. I have no idea. Who likes the lasagna? See, There should be 48 total by the time the sew along is completed. Dave's been posting the blocks for me into the albums. So, Dave, thank you. Stop, Buttercup. She's trying for your attention, everybody. You know how pooches can be. Hold on. No. Come here. Come here, baby. Okay. This is the baby with the big bark. She's determined. She's going to tell everybody hello. You're going to tell everybody hello? Okay. Let me finish welcoming everyone. Candace is in the house. Liz is in the house. Let me see. Debbie, last blocks comes out. Yes, the last block will be August 31st. Brenda Shevin's in the house. Guess who? Nancy's in the house. Thank you all for coming. I greatly appreciate seeing a full house tonight. Linda's in the house. The Irish lady. Let me see. I'm just skimming now. Yes, it's hot there again. Okay, Day gave me word of the day. Hold on. I thought I would get to skip it because Heather's not here. Apparatchik. I probably butchered that day. 99, where guess who Nancy is? Amy's in the house. It's been a hot minute. Hello, hello. The chat just jumps. Ohio. If I missed anybody, my chat jumped, so I'm just skimming really quick. Katie's in the house. How's everyone doing today? Kathy's in the house. Joydy's in the house. Thanks everyone for. Amen. You guys, I think we need to support each other. One stitch at a time, we all come together. Get back here, baby girl. Sit down. Sit down, baby. Let me see. Joydy's in the house. Melissa's in the house. Everybody's telling Buttercup hello. Thank you. She has been a handful today. I'm telling you. She's like, phew. She's hot. She's miserable, just like the rest of us. It's a little bit muggy here, but we keep the house so cool. So today I put on long sleeves. So anyway, I have my 10 sister grid. It comes in a pack of six sections. This one in particular comes out to be 9 across, 14 down. Like I said, I am definitely going out of my comfort zone with this. Suzanne Taylor, hello, sweetheart. My ride or die sent me scraps. No rhyme or reason to these, and oh my gosh. But if I'm going to do the traditional postage stamp, I need to do that very, very scrappy. So yes, I'm touching them, Day. Yes, I am touching them. I'm trying to mix them up. I was going to get up here earlier and try to get a good mix, just mix them up, because she was gracious enough to send me some, and I was going to do this each grid into the form of a Bargello block, just to show you what I like to do. But instead, I'm going to embrace this in its entirety. And I can't believe you didn't organize. No, I didn't. You told me not to. So we're doing full and scrappy, and I'm going to do just as Day has asked me to do. And I'm not throwing her under the bus. I need to get out of my comfort zone. And I am really giving these a good mix. And I have no idea what this will look like in the end, because everything in this bag eventually will be used up. So if you would like your 1.5 incorporated into this postage stamp quilts, feel free to send them along to me pre-cut. And you don't even have to organize them by color for me. No, just send them. Evidently, I'm going to enjoy this. Hi, Renegades. The Renegades are in the house. I can't believe you did. No, I didn't. You told me embrace. So I'm going to try to do this. But one thing I am going to be a stickler about is making sure that they are lined up exactly the way they need to be. And I am going to try, no guarantee, to do light, dark, you know? And we'll see how this turns out. Yeah. I'm embracing all this, guys. The scrappiness of it all, they say. So all you're going to do is lay this into the grid, and you're going to want to try to make sure that you do have it centered as you're going along so that they don't move as you're building. I've used the iron method to where I just lay the iron on it, and it doesn't always hold down like I would like it to. It sometimes shifts and things, and I really don't like that. I like things to stay organized. And yeah, organized is the key word. I did lay a quilt down here because I don't have an ironing pad large enough for this. And all I'm going to do is go over this just like this, and just enough to tack it down really nice so that it doesn't slide around. And by the time I get this scrappy quilt done, I will deserve a gold medal. I'm just kidding. But this is something that you can use all the way down to your tiniest scraps and just enjoy the process. That's what it's about, right? Enjoying the process. So I'm just rubbing this gently because I really do not want these to slide. And every time I've ever used the 10 Sisters, they come out so beautiful. It looks like it's going to be oversized, but by the time this is all sewed in tonight, and I'm able to really demonstrate to you how this works, I should have come up today and went ahead and had at least some of this grid pressed in, but I didn't. So we shall see how this puppy turns out. Yeah, we'll go yellow, and why not? We'll do orange. We'll do another light one here of gold and white, and why not? We'll throw brown in there. And when I say this is going to be scrappy, is this iron not cute? It's the tiniest iron I think I've ever owned. But it does the job. It serves the purpose. I like to use this iron when I'm doing collage quilting because it really gets into the little nooks and crannies that I need. And as we go along into the fall, you're going to see me also bringing forth a little bit of collage quilting. Nothing to the spectrum that Teresa Louise is able to bring you, but pretty cool ones. I'm going to be doing a flower. I do know that for sure. I want to do the rose. And then I want to incorporate that rose into a quilt as well when it's done. So a lot of different projects are in the works. So as you're going along, please remember, touch it in the center and work your way out. If you're doing it with the big iron, all you do is tap it and get it in place. But as you can see, I'm using the little tiny iron, and all it is this has the glue on it. And yes, this is going to be a slow project, but a fun one to do. And I could have laid a towel here and just did this because this little iron is not going to mess with my cutting board. But I figured I would just lay this quilt out. That way I was sure that if I dropped this, it did not mess with my table. And yes, this is all. I'll probably be wearing these for days. So let me see. It was Destin. I get a print. And let's go with a purple here. So then we'll come down here and start the next row. And this, like I said, this is the way I'm opting to do it. I'm going to try to solid prints, but we'll see. if I get a couple prints together, I think it will be okay. Stacia wants a tiny iron for doing her Bargello. I bet she does. Tell her I hook her up. Yes. The tiny iron for that tiny Bargello. I could see it now. And that would work too, tell Stacia. And now since this is going to be on the side, I'm going to go ahead and secure it really well there because I don't want it to lift up as I'm getting the next section joined in, because I'm not going to be sewing this part tonight on the right. I'm only going to be sewing the sections that's in the center, the top, and the bottom. But as you see, as we go along, there will be loose edges. And you're going to want to make sure that as you're building out, you're going to want to keep those glued down. And the little iron is the best way to do it. And yes, tiny. You've got this, Donna. Thank you. Yes, I did the other quilts. And it's leaving here tomorrow to another home for its enjoyments. And it's just going to be fun. And this is not something that you can rush through. If I was doing this more organized, I honestly would be laying it out, marking a little mark inside what colors I wanted to use. But Day has reassured me, and like I said, this is not under the bus day. The purpose of a postage stamp quilt, honestly, is to use up your scraps, enjoy the process, as well as see how tiny you can really go. And this girl's goal right now is to go as tiny as I can and just go out of my comfort zone just a little bit. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. So that's what I'm going to try to do. And you can press these in as you go, like this, or you can just lay them out and hit it. Let me see. So the bottom fabric has glue that needs to be heated. Yeah, this grid has glue bubbles, just kind of like your heat and bind. You're going to feel the tiny bubbles of glue. And all you have to do is when you feel it, you know that side comes up. And as you're doing this little bit of heating, it's going to make the fabric stick. So as you get ready to sew it all together, it's going to come together really nice for you. Let me see. I don't have a black one. So let me... Some of them are very wrinkled, and I could have taken the time this evening to go ahead and press these, but honestly, I didn't. Okay. All right, honey. Joe's taking her out to give her a little break. So if you've done the 10 Sisters grids, drop me a heart in the chat. I'm curious as to what you all think of it. And after, it's going to seem like it's taking me forever for this part. And for that, I apologize, but it's the way I'm rolling today. And yes, I am definitely doing scrappy. 100% scrappy on this. Sorry about the wrinkles, Day. It's okay. No problem. I'm lucky that you cared enough to send them along. Tiny bubbles. Yes. The tiny bubbles must face up. And you don't have to use this little iron. And honestly, I could probably just lay more out and get them, but I have done that in the past and I always come up a little bit wonky. So I really don't want to do that. I want it to come out nice in uniform so that they look nice when it's all sewed in. Hey, Cheryl. My quilting world's in the house. If you would like your channel dropped, drop a heart in the chat, and one of my moderators can do that for you. We still have not gotten Joe to where he puts the comment in where you can do selfie. He has not done that yet. He's like, down the road, I'll do it. But right now, he just wants the mods to handle things. And remember what I said, go tight here on the ends, because those corners there you will not be sewing in tonight. You could probably run a basting stitch down, but I'm not doing that. And tiny piecing it is. I did a few small wall hangings using the grid, and it works really nice. Yes, I think it does. I love to do the more, how I want to put, I'm getting more into the tiny piecing and really enjoying it as it goes along. So we're just, Michelle Craft and More's in the house. Thank you, Day. If they drop the heart, you drop their channel. We'll do it that way tonight. And if you've not checked out these other channels, please do. It's a good way that we can grow together as a community. If you like their content, consider subscribing. If you like our content, please give us a thumbs up. It lets YouTube know that you do like what we're putting out. And it'll help us get into a good algorithm to where YouTube will share our channel as well. It's all about togetherness. Like I said, this will take me a few minutes, and I honestly, in the effort of time today, should have came up and worked on some of this, but I didn't do it. I wanted you to be able to experience right along with me the goodness of all this. And we're only on row 3, so as you know, this will take a little bit of extra time tonight. But once you get the gist of how this goes together, if you haven't already done one, you'll see how it's done. And then as I work along periodically, it won't be done tonight, the whole quilt top, no way. This is going to be a long project, and as I get done sections or I start to join sections over time, I'll bring you along and let you see where I'm at with it. But I won't be doing this every Monday night. This is just a one shot, let me show you what I'm doing kind of thing. So I'll be working on this behind the scenes for quite some time. And it's just something else fun to do. Kelly Quilts, hello, hello. My quilty friends almost left out our friends, but I guess the world would be, well, I didn't see it. The world would be appropriate too, yes. Debbie, Patricia, hello. Donna, do you know what you want to make with it? This is going to be a full-size postage stamp quilt when it's complete. So this is going to take time. It's probably 30 or 40 of these grid sections, and I'm estimating about 12 of the borders. So as I go along, and then I'll put the nice borders all the way around and keep changing it up as I go along. I just think it's something that will be fun to see how it actually turns out. I've seen several of these, and I think they're cute. You can also do these in 1 or 2 colors. You can do them in solids. You can do these. The sky's the limit to your palette, whatever you would like. And for me, like I said, I'm going out of my comfort zone, doing something I normally wouldn't do. I did pull my bin out to pull out my organized 1.5, and I saw this bag laying there, and I was like, you know what? I believe in me. I can do this. I can do this without organizing them. I was going to bring up a muffin tin and like colors together, and then one with just the scraps, the light, medium, dark. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to even do that. I'm not going to entertain it. I'm not even going to think about it. I'm just going to lift them up and put them on and go from there. So that's what we're going to get with this. And whatever method you start with, you really need to stay with, because you're not going to want to keep changing them around. Not every project has to be instant gratification. Exactly. This quilt will be cute and fun. Thank you. Zaza's in the house. The only heart I could find. Oh, thank you. I hope things are getting okay with you all over there. I'm trying to read. I got a video about a table runner, total outside of my comfort zone, but it was fun. I think sometimes we all need to honestly just go out of our comfort zone. This is way, way, way out of mine. And I am sure, beyond a shadow of a doubt, all the love and patience that will go into this one in particular, I believe it's going to be just okay. It's going to be okay. I know I can do this. I'm convincing myself I can do this. And it's going to be all right. Janine, as it should be when it's scrappy. I pick things up and put them down. That's just exactly what I'm doing tonight. I found a Michigan one. Should Michigan be in this? Sure. I think that's what it says. They would have to tell me. These are her amazing scraps. She has the auto cutter, and I told her, sure, send me some. I'll play with them. And play indeed. This looks like little golf balls. So we'll add those in. And I just think it's going to be fun to see at the end. I know Rome was not built in a day, and this is going to be a long process. If I said, I'll get this done in a month, I'd be lying. Because honestly, when I get this piece done tonight, it will sit down and I'll count up the pieces that I have in it, and I'll probably, instead of doing this, just grabbing, I'll probably honestly just sit here and count out X amount of lights, X amount of darks, and roll with it that way. But then again, you don't know. If I'm sitting just chatting with the girls, I might just sit and say, I don't want to sew today. I'll just do a little bit of the pressing and get it ready to roll and just have fun with it. This is going to have everything from Christmas to kids' fabric prints to fall. It's just an eclectic bunch of scraps. So this will be good for any living room, anybody, whatever you choose to do with it, it'll be good. Some of those are from the quilts I made for the blessings. Awesome. So proud of you. Thank you, Debbie. I think sometimes we all need to just embrace what's not meant for us. Grab the bull by the horns and dive in deep. Even if we are not sure the project, which I love this kind of project, but the scrappiness of it was not my intent when I decided I was going to do this. But at the end of the day, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to have my hands on it. And who knows, this may end up being my favorite quilt yet. We don't know. It's going to take her days in between working on this to recover all this crazy scrappiness. It's giving me the tremors now. Janine, stop. Lots of cute fabrics. Yes. And I think it'll be really cute to just have everybody mail me some. I don't need a overabundance. If you have 1.5 and you want them to be incorporated in this amazing scrappy quilt, feel free to send them. I am not going to complain too much. I'm kidding. I'm not going to complain at all. My girls are picking on me. Lots of cute. So proud of you. Some of those, yes. I wanted to make sure I'm not missing anybody's. But this little tiny iron, it's slowing me down as far as the stamping, but they're staying lined up more, and that's what my intent was. If I'm going to do this, and this is going to be a keeper quilt, I want to make sure that I'm giving it my all and enjoying the whole process. Every stinking piece of it. And honestly, I will be able to tell you how many pieces are in it when it's done. For sure, Donna, it's good to get out of the rut. I find myself just puttering and not deciding, so I just dig in and did that runner. I put myself, yes, I've done that too, and I need to get back into just, I don't know how to put it. I work on so many projects all the time. It's like the brain doesn't get the opportunity to shut down because I'm always like a quilt junkie, I guess you could say. Waiting for the next fix, looking for the next fun project. I don't know how else to put it. And this will enable me to just relax and sew, if that makes sense. So this, I like the idea of going slow with this. And like I said, it's going to take me a smidge of time, but as you can see, it's coming along really nice. So as I go, I'll just pull these down and throw these in, and we'll press these out. I just want to get them to where they, no rhyme or reason. I want this to be as scrappy as possible and be really eclectic, if that makes sense. There. No rhyme or reason in the order I'm putting them at all. I'm just trying to get the colors to scatter just a little bit more. Thanks, Day. I have gobs. You guys are too cute. Dorlin's at the house, just had dinner. I got your email, Dorlin. Thank you. Kathy, I believe she does 2-inch. These grids, you can get them 2.5 and they finish at 2-inch, or this one in particular is a 1.5 and these will finish at 1-inch. Buttercup, you are not getting up here and talk. No, stop. You're not talking to them tonight. Donna, you can use silicone ironing mat to lay on top of a bunch of squares at one time. Yeah, I'm afraid they're going to shift. I've tried that. I have the silicone mat. I know what you're talking about. And it would speed the process. But for me, I really want to, how I want to put this. I want to enjoy the whole process of laying them down, seeing what they look like. They're going to play well together. The whole 9 yards. Yeah, I was going to even use my t-shirt press and just lay them all out and put the mat and press them in that way. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to show you the easy, slow way of enjoying it. Short and sweet, my friend, but hubby is bugging me. See you all around. Hugs. You go ahead and go, Kelly. Have a good night, sweetheart. Thanks for hopping in. But what is the tiniest project that you've been able to do with your scraps? I'm just curious. Not a planned project. You just thought, I've got these scraps. I'm going to see how tiny I can go. I've seen some of the blocks go down to like 4-inch. I've seen people do like micro piecing. I've not tried that, nor probably will I ever. I brought the one block down as small as I could go the other day for the carpenter's wheel. And that was about my limit on that. I just couldn't get it to go any lower than that. So I'm just curious as to the smallest everyone else goes. And comfortably so. It's not, I'm going to spend a whole day to make a 1-inch block, you know? Though they would be really cool. Just saying. Not good and not knowing what I'm saying. I tried Cutting Cuts Mystery and it drove me crazy not knowing. Yes. I understand that totally. Zaza, hello, sweetheart. Candace, oh my God, that is genius. I have a heat press. Yes. The heat press is the way to go. You lay this on your heat press, line them up, and just put your silicone mat on and roll with it. And honestly, that is the best way I've seen done. But if you're not in a hurry and you just want to enjoy the ride, do it this way. Like I said, I can probably honestly go with the bigger iron, but I want these not to twist, not to turn at all on me. It's really important for me if I'm going out of my zone, these need to line up relatively well for me. So if I get them in the center and I can line up these little edges, I'm golden. The heat press is definitely the easiest way I've seen this done. And it's just a matter of your heat press is going to do about a 12 by 12. So you'll have to block off a piece where you don't want it to press. That was the only part, unless you want to cut your grid to the 12 by 12. And just do them that size. This kid tonight, I'm telling you, sometimes they get on your nerves. She is. She's trying to get Debbie's attention. Joe's over here laughing. Tell her to go live with Debbie. Teresa Lynch, hello. Gwendolyn, I use scraps for a 3-inch Dresden. Ooh, I bet it's pretty. You'll have to send me a picture, Gwen. I hope life has slowed down some for you and you're home and enjoying some R&R. Oops, I got to turn that one. I had that one turned sideways. This dog is going to be the death of me. The heat, I think, cooked her little tiny brain. Joseph. He says the kid doesn't have any brains. And he is talking about the buttercup. Small pieces are hard for me because of my RA. I have it too in my hands. Indeed. So, as you can see, it is going to look really very scrappy. But that's the goal, right? Scrappy it is. I just want to make sure if there's directional to kind of get it to come together somewhat, that it will look all right. And that looks like a player that way. And we'll put a red one here again. The poor Buttercup. She has been something today. Indeed, she has. Awesome, Amy. I love when you show us those little blocks. Yes. I think she's got a little tiny box. I'm going to call it a shoe box, but I don't believe it's a shoe box. That she does her tiny piecing. And I think that's just relaxing for her. And they look beautiful. Amy, you'll have to send some of those today if you can't post I think you can post in the Ying's Pen Pals. So post those little tiny blocks in there and let everybody see. Why do you build me up? Buttercup just let me down. Yes. Buttercup says, Joe's sitting here, say, Buttercup, the baby Buttercup. She just won't quit. Do you stitch in the ditch next? Wait a minute, hold on. I have to see. Sing it, Debbie. Hold on. Why do you build me up, Buttercup? Hold on. I'm losing my train. 1/4 inch. Yes. This will get sewn down here 1/4 inch all the way, and then we'll snip each row, and then we'll sew this way. You will see how amazing. Right now, this looks like a hot mess express. But I can assure you it will come out. Yes, I can post in the Facebook. All right. Thank you, Amy. LOL Day. I was about to say, sing it, Debbie. You beat me to it. You guys are too fun. So, like I said, this is a little bit more time consuming tonight than I had anticipated for us. But we're almost down. I'll try to speed up just a little bit, but I really want these to hold down when I sew them. Musha is looking beautiful. When I was a child, my baby doll's name was Buttercup. Oh, that's sweet. My mom used to sing to all of her great-grandchildren, Buttercup, Buttercup. So that was just one of the things. So Peyton, she named this dog. We had her 4 days. Joe and I had COVID the very first time when we got her. And her name was Maya. Well, the first time Peyton laid her eyes on it, she said, "Come here, Buttercup," and the dog listened. So needless to say, her name changed from Maya to Buttercup, and that's what it's been ever since. Hey, dang it, I need one of those tiny irons. Yes. I tell you, Heather, they come in right handy. And you can really get them into the corners. That's what I like about these. Takes a little bit of extra time, but it does the job. And then I just make sure that everything's hooked, and then I'll move up again. I'll see if I can move these along. I want to make sure I'm keeping a solid with a print and best I can. They're not going to be perfect, as we all know. And yes, Debbie, this is for you to show you I can do this. I know I can. Put that one there. It's that. No rhyme or reason. I know I can't work and think at the same time. Joe's going to be saying dead air, Donnelly, dead air. Yeah. But it's okay. Just that way. I have to have some form of organized chaos, right? Dave, thank you, honey, for sending me this. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. And I don't mean that in a mean way. Right. Well, that's checker. That'll look cool, like a little racing. Yeah, that'll look cool. See where I stopped at. I wanted to start where I stopped at. Sorry I'm late. Did you mention where you bought the little iron? I got the iron off of Amazon, and it's called the mini iron tool. And it comes in so handy. You just have to make sure you don't touch any of this up here. If it's not tight enough, because you take it apart once it's cooled, you take this section apart for storage, or that's what the directions say to do. That's what I do, so that I can keep it all in its packaging. Joe says it's almost like a soldering iron. But it's serving its purpose. I have those two together. I should pick that out. They don't go too. I should not have put those two together. No, you know I'm going to pull that off somehow. I have to figure out how to do it. Little iron, thank you. Donna, is this a product that will be used for upcoming adventure I signed up with Heather Day? No. You can if you're doing tiny piecing. Yes, I would say you could use it for it. If you do fancy centers to some of your blocks, you want to go as tiny as possible, absolutely it could. Yeah, this isn't like a spill the tea moment. That's not the right size. This is kind of, no, this is not for that project. I know now what you're talking about. But you could, you could get one of the grids from 10 Sisters, or even Amazon probably has, and get some fabric lined up. And if you want to do like micro piecing and do that for center of your blocks, that would be cool. I think I have one of those little tiny irons. I tell you what, it's come in more handy than not. I like it that it goes right back into its container once it's cooled, and it stores well, and I keep it with my Caterpillar case. That way all my tiny stuff is in there. I really like it. And like I said, in the future when I do this with you guys, I'll definitely have this already tacked in, so you don't have to sit the whole time, and you'll be able to just see where I'm at with it, and I'll touch base periodically along the way. But trust me, this is not going to be a quick sew for me. This is going to be very slow moving. And who knows, I might be able to even take this down to the TV room when I'm watching a movie and just get some more of these prepped. And then when I come up, I can just sew. Looks like a little Clover. Pretty much. It's not the Clover brand though, but Clover does sell these as well. And all you're doing is running the little tiny iron and making sure that you're pressing down hard enough that you're getting the heat of the glue on it. And it's holding it in place. That's the key. I believe, honestly, you could probably just stick to the center or the four corners, but I'm not doing that. I don't trust myself. So I want to make sure that it's all the way down, because as we start to fold this and maneuver it, you don't want it to move. You want it to go nice and smooth as you're sewing this in. The first person I ever saw do this technique, honestly, was Memoirs of a Long Arm Quilter, Stephanie. She was doing a Tin Sisters grid. And I watched her as she worked the project. And I'm telling you what, I learned so much from her. I want to make sure that I don't have it too hot. I hate that the controls are on the right side of this. But I bought a left-handed one. And I want to make sure that the buttons stay turned on for me. And certain ways you hold it, it will shut it off. Thank you, Day. You're so kind. Let me see. I got my mini iron Missouri Star Quilt Company deal. Cool. I purchased a silicone curling iron sleeve cast from Amazon for mine. That will work too. Yep. You got to protect what you invest in. Easiest way to say it. Honestly, when we go to quilt retreats, it looks like we're moving out of our houses. But when you get to where you're going, you honestly want to have everything you need, right? Joe chuckles, when I leave for a retreat, it looks like the room is empty. Donna, you can always do pop-ups. Yes. Yeah, and just give you like little updates on this. Yeah, in between projects, when I just want something mindless, this would be it for sure. And you do want to make sure it's going 9 across, 14 down. If your grid's that big and for what you're paying for it, you do want to utilize the whole grid. I do anyway. I want to get my money's worth. And by the time I move on to the next couple rows, I'll have to shake myself. I have little pieces sticking all over me. And what is it, Day? 9 times 14, how many pieces are going to be in just this one? She's my math expert. And then I'm just laying it off to the side. Do I? Okay. I didn't even count it out to see. We want to go green here. Green will go brown. We do soccer ball. They do Donna math? 100.6. Yeah, I didn't even want to stop and try to do the math in my head. And as you can see, we're coming down to the final row. Well, final stretch, not row, but you get what I'm saying. Two lights together. Like I said, I'm not doing organized, unorganized chaos here. But I do want to make sure that I do have everything semi. Oh, Batman. That Batman's too little. I really wanted him in. They sent me this, baby. Some of them's a little too small. So when I throw them aside, it doesn't mean I don't like them. They're just, if it doesn't cover the grid, I can't use it. And I needed to fill that slot. Honey, will you zip this shut for me? What size square is the grid? 1.5 is the grid that I'm choosing to do right now. It's by 10 Sisters. It will finish at 1 inch. You can get this off of Amazon, and you can get it Fabric Patch. You can buy it. Trying to remember the other one. There was 3 or 4 that you could actually get this size, this particular from the 10 Sisters. You're welcome, Jen. Let me see. I love Carmen. Ooh, 10 Sisters. Yes, wonderful, wonderful. Carmen is amazing. And you can learn so many other techniques along the way. It's 3 solids next to each other. Can do that. I wanted that to bust up nice, not be all the same. Do we need this size squares for Heather's project? I honestly cannot answer because Heather is not given that information out today, or I. Heather is the lead on that project, and she will only be releasing once a month for that. So we're using my channel to run the big drops, like where she's going to pop in and say, okay, don't forget, this week you need to do month 1's dropping. And then we're going to drop it into the Ying's pin pal page, where we would like everybody to share that, as well as the YouTube drop that you'll be able to draw pictures in. I'm trying to think. Once she drops the pattern, she will be emailing and dropping it into the group that she has set up for that. And it's going to run, like I said, she said, the 6 months. This is going to be a fun 6-month kickoff sew along for her new pattern. And I'm so stinking proud of her. She took the bull by the horns, and I do believe that everybody will be pleased with it. I believe we need to support each other. So if you've got scraps, hang on tight. I had found a pattern that I really, really wanted to do, and we didn't realize. I thought just someone put a pattern together. I didn't realize it was already a written pattern. So Heather graciously, she just whipped out something, and it's going to rock your world when you see it all come together. And she's got a lot of time and effort into this. So if you're sewing along, great. And after this sew along, this will be a charge pattern. And I believe she said after March, it will sell for $5 a pattern PDF. But for right now, for the kickoff, because you guys know how much we all love Heather, it's a free one. This is a free sew along. And maybe even, I have not asked her, so I don't want to assume, but maybe in our squirrel sew along, she'll pop on and say, hey, okay, guys, since you're a squirrel, maybe we give you, I don't know, a 1-day heads up or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But if you used to be a squirrel and you're seeing that you're not now, check, your card may have expired, because we've lost several in the last week. So that tells me it's cards expire. So Joe will be updating it again this week. So check and make sure your card's valid, please. And we do appreciate all the love and support for the channel. We couldn't do what we do without each one of you.
Shake Marty's.
He said if you, he's going to shake Marty's cage and make him come back to work. Jordy 2.5 is what you will need, approximately 800. Donna and all. Did you know that Cameron Giddles is one of the 10 sisters? They also have 7 brothers. Yes. I think they're wonderful. I believe you can purchase from them. I thought I didn't know you could purchase straight from them. I thought it had to be from the other sites. I probably have 200 in a box. Cool. Do you have to be a squirrel to participate in the sew-along? No, Joyce, you do not. Nope. This is a free sew-along Heather is doing, and this is done to support her and kick off her not just her channel, but her pattern writing. So we will all get to partake, and we will be able to say we knew her when. I think you're really going to like it. I thought I only had a couple hundred at first too. Those dang things multiply. Yes, they do. Yes, if you want in on this sew-along and you're not added yet, please email Heather. Heather, you're here, so please drop your email because it's going to kick off sooner rather than later. So we want to get the group built up as big as we can. Show her some love. I know it's debtfreequilter@gmail.com. Okay. Down to the final. Yeah, so I know now it takes me about an hour to get one set on. So if you guys want to hang with me for a little bit, we'll stitch it up. Otherwise, I understand, but I'm going to sew it with or without you tonight. That way, this will be one that's done. Sewing, it's the easy part. It's the ironing all the little pieces on. But I'm enjoying it, honestly. And having you guys keep me company, the added bonus. Yeah, I lost signal for a few minutes there. Yes. Bye, Kathy. That free quilter is the pattern scrappy. Yes. You can make that pattern, I believe Heather said, as scrappy as you wish. The goal, I believe, and don't quote me, Heather, correct me if I'm wrong, it is to use up your scraps, right? No one has to go out and buy anything. You don't have to do anything crazy. Just you do you, what makes you happy. To go across to make sure that I've got all these down, that I did not miss any. Okay. Cut this off. And then we'll get this puppy sewed in. Why this cools, I really like this. You put your finger into the bottom, and this, it's intended that you can hang it on the wall or hang it next to your workspace. I'm just going to sit it here on this fabric and know that nothing is going to fry with it. Orphan blocks. She's not going to give us all the sizes, but yeah, she wants us to use up whatever we have. So I think that's kind of cool, right? Everybody has to wait and see. She's not going to spill the tea, I can assure you. Heather's tight-lipped. Joe, will you take this over there, baby? Thank you. This go on the table. Honey. Yeah. I'm going to knock this gentleman. And when I say gentleman, I use the term loosely. You can see I had to maneuver and rig my space so that I could showcase everything right there. So, easiest way that I can think of to show you this is I'm going to come the long way instead of the short way on this. So you're going to lay it up here and just start folding this grid over. And where you see the line, right here, you're going to sew a 1/4 inch. I have my stitch length elevated up to 2.1. And anybody that knows me knows that it's always tighter than that. And just stay true to the true to the edge of this. You don't need to do anything fancy, just stay straight on it. And then the next, you're just going to continue and fold in again. And that's the way you're going to do this all the way down this line. And just keep folding over. Like I said, the hard part is not even hard part. The longest part, honestly, of this is just getting all of your pieces adhered to the glue. You want to make sure that you're folded flat and just keep folding in. Sean's in the house. Hello, sweetie. How are you? I'll let you in the group this evening, Joyce. Thank you. Heather, go ahead and add Sean in that group as well, please. That way he'll be able to see what's going on when it kicks off. I think he might enjoy that as well. Remember to hit the thumbs up. Absolutely. Sean, we're all playing with scraps. You want to join? Sean loves playing with scraps. It would be fun. I'm sure he'll love it. It doesn't start till September, Sean, and it's something simple. So you'll be able to use up some of those scraps. So now I've got this side. As you can see how quick it's all building in. And just fold in. You can go all the way down. I'm choosing to come in on this side. Yeah, Sean, just add him to the group, Heather. Just because he's in doesn't mean he'll do it, but when the details drop, that'll give him a certain place he'll be able to look. Make sure that you are sewing on that line and staying true to your 1/4 inch. You don't want these little boogers to get all askew. And just keep folding over. It's very repetitious at this point. And just, like I said, this starts out I believe it was 9 by 14. So we'll measure it after it's done and see how much we've actually made it condense. It'll be kind of cute. So, like I said, I'll be doing many sections of this before I ever joined it all together. Just keep selling it straight down the line. And keep folding it in. If you've never done these, don't be worried. It will work and it'll come out so nice. So I've made it all the way down, as you can see, all of the rows. Now here on this side, I am going, because I don't want it to come apart, I'm going to raise my stitch length pretty high because I want to just base this, just so these don't lift up. And it's not required. It's just something I like to do because I don't want these to pop up. A large basting stitch at the end, easy to pick out. And I'll do the same thing on this side. And all I'm doing is catching the very tip all the way down. Now raise my stitch length. I'm moving it back to where I like. The wrong snips. So here we need our snips. Move this out of the way for a second so you can see what I'm doing. So here where all these seams are, we're going to fold it down, and you're not going across that line, you're coming right up to the edge of. That way this will lay very flat as you go along. You do not want to cut through your seam. All you're doing is breaking the grid. Fold up and do the next one. And like I said, this goes relatively easy, relatively quick. Donna, when does Dress a Girl kick off? It officially kicks off in September. Anybody that would like to participate, feel free to go ahead and mail me the dresses, and I will get with Muddy and we will get those to her. I am not, and I'm going to repeat, not going to have time this year to participate for myself, but I will be giving all the donations over to her. I've already given her all the fabric, all of the bias tape, everything that has been given to me and blessed to me so that she could share it with her friends in her community and they could all get to work early. So I have nothing left in my possession but labels. So if anybody needs those, let me know. Or if the dresses come in and they don't have a label, I don't mind doing that. But this season of life with things going on, I just need to step back for one season. And I'm sure everybody understands. But it's very important you do this step. You don't want to miss it, or you're going to have a lot of bulk as you go along, and you don't want that. You want these to be able to nest nicely. And if Sassy ever taught me anything, it's make sure you do not skip this step. As you're coming down the next row, when we start this, you need to be able to push one forward, pull one back. And you'll see what I mean here in just a minute. And as you can see, the longest part of this project, honestly, was getting the ironing on. And moving forward, I probably will, honestly, unless I'm just working on the border and I want to do something fancy with it, I'll use the little iron. But I wanted to show you different techniques, different ways to get these lined up and ready to roll. So if anybody has any questions so far, let me know, because I will do my best to answer them. And this is the last row. Can you see how big this started out, right? But we shall see how little this comes. Okay. Let's see. So now we've got them like this, right? Look how cool that's looking. Right? So now I'm going to bring this back up. Now here is where it's going to get funny for a second. We're going to fold these over this way this time. And you're going to want one up and one down, one up and one down. So you decide when you get ready to start this next step, which way you want to roll. Because it's very important that these do shift. You don't want to have all that ball. So the bottom, I'm letting go that way towards the wall, and the top, I'm folding over towards me. And that's just for this row, you know, and then the next row, we'll do it just the opposite. So it'll be one up, one down. But this way, you're going to get to see how well these guys nest. And it does make the big difference. And then just fold in and repeat again. And when we press this puppy out, here in just a minute, this one needs to go that way. Like I said, one time it's going up, one time it's going down. That way they will lay the way they need to. And you can feel with your fingers the way that you want them to lay. And just keep folding it in. Seems like a lot of work for little pieces, and you really could honestly probably just sew little tiny pieces together. But how nice is it that they're all going to actually line up? And you should have no weave, no wave to it. It should all line up really nice and nest really well. And I know this is definitely longer than my normal lives, but I really wanted to show you what I'm up to here on the back end, just a little bit. And make sure that you're going to see a little black line there. You want to make sure that that line is at the edge of your presser foot. That way you know your seams are going to be straight and everything's lining up and laying flat for you. Get this. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything in the chat. Let me see. Thank you, Brenda. That's going to be fun to have you. And Sean, I did tell Heather to go ahead and add you. I think you'll enjoy it. It'll take you like maybe an hour of your month, maybe, if that. But this way we can support her too. Give it a quick check. Make sure you didn't miss any of the rows. Shut this off. I'll get my iron set up and we'll press this out and you'll be able to see. She added me already. We are good. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. I don't want you to miss out on some fun. And please also, if you get a chance, push it out over on your channel as well. We need to give her some love. So now here we are, the 10 sister grid. It's all done. So now all we have to do is literally just lay it out. And I really like how everything lines up with these. So as I get ready to press out, I always like to just pull the sides. That way they're going to lay nice and flat. You're not stretching anything. You're just getting it to lay tidy. Could I have starched these blocks before? No way. They were too little. But what I can do is say how nice this is going to look. I don't want to trim off any of the excess because I am going to be building off of it. So as long as you know you're building on this, don't trim this up yet. Just add this to your collection as you're working it because you're going to be adding either your border or another row, another section, whatever the case may be. So you definitely do not want to cut all this off. It's going to make it too hard when you go to join. When I'm ready to join a few sections together, after I get these done, I'll bring you back and show you how we join them. Because this grid line here is important when you're getting ready to join. Sean, it's going to be so much fun. It is. It's always a good time when we all get to hang out together. And as you can see, this is going to be one wild postage stamp, right? But I want to get it as flat as I can. And then it's just going to sit until I get the next few sections ready to join. And like I said, this is not going to be a race. This is not anything other than just enjoying a night of sewing with friends. Sean, I'm tickled to be participating with you and everyone. Awesome. Okay, I'm back again. Just got home and in the house. So this is how it turned out. You saw how big it was. It's way too big to fit this screen. Now tonight, you get to see it ended up being, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 inches by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 9 by 16 is what it ended up being. But look how cool. What someone else's trash could have been is going to end up being my treasure. I like how these are all exactly the same. If I was just joining these on my own, I can assure you they would not have turned out this straight. They would be all wonky like this. So I do not have an affiliate link for 10 Sisters. I'm just sharing something new that we can all be doing with our scraps because everything's upcyclable, you know? We can do so much. The FOMO is real. If I get my swap blocks done, I'll be joining the sew along. Zaza, just join. That way you're not missing any of the chatter. what size are the blocks I just got here. For this section, Libby, this, what did I say? 9 by 12 for this section. And I think it turned out really cute. Is it done yet? No, it's got a long way to go. I could do this, border it out, and call it a day. I could call it a baby quilt, what do you call it, baby doll project or whatever. No, I'm pretty sure to do a regular full-size quilt with these, it's going to take me a good while to do. So for right now, I'm just going to pin it right back here, and as I build on it and build these sections, when, like I said, when I'm ready to join these together, I'll bring you along for the ride and show you how that's done. So you guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope it's been interesting for you, and I know the ironing portion was boring, but it gave you guys a chance to chat and catch up. If you're not one of our channel supporters yet, please consider hitting that support button and become a squirrel. If you are a squirrel and you're not sure, double check your payments. Sometimes we forget that they've expired. You guys take care. God bless. Have a fabulous weekend. I'll definitely be doing an impromptu at some point this week during the day for just a little bit. So you guys have a good night. Bye-bye.